This is Jeremy Martin, and we're here at the 23rd Annual La Jolla Conference, and we're delighted to have with us this year Manuel Benitez, the Deputy Administrator of the Panama Canal Authority. Manuel, thanks for joining us this year.
Well, it's a pleasure for me, Jeremy, to be here in this beautiful city of San Diego.
Thank you. Yeah, well, Panama City is a nice place as well. We were just talking a little bit about baseball before we taped this. The Panama Canal, you're coming up on your 100th anniversary. And you're also coming up on a monumental expansion project. Talk a little bit about that. Where does that stand?
Well, the project, as you know, is behind. The project was supposed to be delivered in this October 2014. We have had some hiccups, the last one being a strike. But so far, as it looks this point in time, the project is scheduled to be completed no later than December 31st, 2015.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And this year is the 100th anniversary of the inauguration of the canal.
This year, August 15, we'll be having a birthday celebration, 100 years of opening of the canal, which opened in August 15, 1914, excuse me.
Yes. Let me ask you, because we're here at the La Jolla Conference. This is an energy conference, and somebody might say, well, why is the Panama Canal at the La Jolla Conference this year? And so what I want to have you talk a little bit about is specifically the canal in terms of global energy trade, but then also, secondly, the expansion project, and what does that mean, especially for liquefied natural gas in the global marketplace?
Okay, well, the canal, it's not a major route for petroleum products. Currently, last year, we passed an equivalent of 800,000 barrels per day of oil equivalent. So it's not a big route for energy products. However, with the expansion of the canal, we see that figure going up. We are projecting in the first years of operations to probably have 12 million tons of LNG passing through the canal, which equates to be approximately 285,000 barrels of oil equivalent per day. So we see that the role of the canal in terms of energy trade is going to go up. As you know, the canal is a shortcut for many of the routes. For instance, right now, Chile is taking LNG from Trinidad and Tobago. Well, when the canal opens, the time that it takes for delivering LNG from Trinidad and Tobago to Chile will be cut by 6.3 days, one way. So the amount of time saved also, let's say, from Camisea LNG in Peru to Spain, 8 days. From the Gulf of Mexico, Sabine Pass, for example, to Chiba, Japan, we'll be able to cut the times by 11.4 days. And all of that at a cruise speed of 19.5 knots. If you go slower, of course, the amount of time that you save is greater. At a rate of charter of around $60,000 a day for these ships, every day that you save counts.
Let me follow up on that exact point. I'm not sure if you've established yet what's sort of the pricing, or how are you going to manage the transit under the new the expanded canal?
Yes, well,
especially LNG.
We are working on that, and we have been working with the industry. As you know, today most of our cargo is charged in base of what we call the PCUMS, Panama Canal Universal Measurement of System, which is equivalent to the cargo capacity of the ships in terms of 100 cubic feet is one PCUMS. For the LNG and for the gas industry, the LPG, we're going to make a structure that is more suitable to that business. We're going to be charging in terms of cubic meter. Okay. So in that way, we'll go with the industry that is accustomed for that type of measuring.
So when do you think those kinds of, is that something long before the
Yes, well, we expect to forward the structure of that we're going to be charging with the expanded canal. We suppose will be completing that in September of this year,
Okay.
forwarding it to the board for approval. So there are a lot of changes there. We're also for the container segment, which is one of our main, well, the main segment of the canal. We are also going to make changes there. Right now, basically, we charge for the capacity of the ships of moving containers. We're going to make that a fixed and a variable cost to go with the industry. So if they have a high utilization, they'll pay, a higher variable cost. If they have a low utilization, they'll pay less. So that goes in hand with the industry. So if they make good business, we make good business.
So lots of changes are going to be.
Lots of changes to be expected. And as I was mentioned earlier in an interview, what we expect to have this expanded canal is to reduce costs to the shippers. Their slot cost is going to go down. For the LNG industry, we're looking probably at tariff that will price the cost of passing the canal between 19 and 30 cents per million BTU. So we think that is going to be a very competitive rate, and is going to be able to allow LNG that is going to be coming out of the Gulf Coast of the United States to be placed very competitively in Northeast Asia, especially Japan and Korea.
Yeah, no, that's fascinating. I mean, the timing of the expansion seems to be lining up with some of the first export projects of the U.S. Gulf Coast.
Exactly,
Yep.
exactly.
One final question. I seem to recall the Panama Canal also had a role in terms of domestic energy supply in Panama with some hydro. Talk a little bit about that, if you would.
Well, Panama, as you know, is mainly a hydro country. Our demand is approximately 1,500 megawatts. We're a small country, a population of 3.8 million people. We have an installed capacity of 2,400. 61% of that installed capacity, 2,400 megawatts. Yeah. 61% of that is hydro. Yeah. So, of course, in the canal, we have a power system that its main purpose is to serve the transit of ships through the canal and for canal operations. But we have excess capacity that we sell into the Panamanian market. Yeah. We have both hydro resources, and we also have thermal resources. So we do have, right now, currently, we are about 15% of the Panamanian wholesale market. So it's becoming to be a very key operation for canal, and is slowly catching up with other marine services, which is our next revenue in importance next to the tolls that we charge for the canal.
One final question. What's Mariano Rivera up to these days now that he's retired? Is he hanging out in Panama?
Well, he comes to Panama sometimes. I know he just finished a book.
That's right.
He's a hero in Panama. We are trying to get him to be in a celebration that we have for the 100 years of opening of the canal.
Oh, wow.
Celebration. So,
okay. He's your closer, I take it.
Well,
he's going to be the last speaker.
Well, I wish so. So, we're looking forward and expecting Mariano to join us in that celebration.
That's great. That's great. Manuel, it's great to have you here in La Jolla. Thank you so
Jeremy,
much.
a pleasure. Okay.